that received awards today, welcome and thank you for your service and your time. As the General Manager, I guess this is my first time I've come to Greymouth to present or to be part of an awards ceremony. Obviously, it's not my first awards ceremony, been to a few of them. It's one of the things, though, that I do enjoy the most about the jobs, and so I've been in this job 18 months now. And I think it's really vitally important that we recognise the work of our people, either in a paid or volunteer capacity. And I thoroughly enjoy making my way around the country when I can, COVID permitting, to do this. And I just want to acknowledge at the moment how fortunate we are to be able to congregate like this, given the circumstances that the rest of the world finds itself in currently. 2020 has thrown up some pretty big challenges, I think, for us, and for many of us, I think we'll be pleased to see the end of it, quite frankly. But I was thinking the other day, who would have thought if I'd stood here a year ago and said to you that the catchphrase of 2020 is going to be, I think you're on mute. We've all had to get used to, different ways of communication, and we were thrown into that pretty quickly. It's also seen some unprecedented challenges for St John, and ones that we've met pretty much yet again head on. I personally have been very proud of not only my staff but the people in our organisation that demonstrated a real ability to adapt quickly during lockdown and to step up to help many of our people that found themselves not working for whatever reasons. Our St John Schools program and other parts of the organisation stepped up amazingly to support what we thought was going to be an onslaught, but fortunately never turned out to be for us. But nevertheless, these challenges that we have continue, and not least our challenges obviously in relation to funding. So our next 12 months is going to be pretty crucial for us as we come to negotiate with the Crown on the review or renewal of our government contract for the delivery of ambulance services across the majority of New Zealand. So that's going to be a big year for us as we head into those negotiations and talks. Despite all those challenges, pleased to say we remain New Zealand's most trusted charity. Again, for I think 6 years in a row or something like that, and New Zealand's second most trusted brand, behind Whittaker's chocolate, which is not a bad place to be. So we're held in pretty high regard around the place. And why is that? I think obviously many reasons, but I believe a lot of it is because we're in such a unique and trusted position. And over the years in working in operations, I believe a lot of that comes from the fact that we are in a really privileged spot. Being able to enter people's homes and workplaces at their greatest time of need, and when people are often at the most vulnerable. There are very few professions where you get to walk into someone's bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning when they haven't had time to put makeup on, get themselves dressed, and so forth. So we're in a very privileged spot, and the way our staff hold themselves in those situations is second to none. Our ambulance officers treat around 480,000 patients a year, and our 111 call handlers answer around 530 111 calls, 530,000 111 calls a year. It's an incredible effort. Each year we have a team amongst some of our business units and our fundraising team that raises over $50 million to keep the wheels on all of this, to keep it going. So St John West Coast also is no exception to what they put into this. And as Chris alluded to before, I'm really proud to acknowledge the Save a Life project that's been going on here as well from an area committee point of view over the last 12 months. I've been watching that with keen interest. Part of our core strategy is to build resilient communities. And this is exactly what you guys are doing here about building resilient communities. So we've got our frontline staff out there doing it. We have other layers of the organisation that are teaching first aid, CPR, and how to use an AED to save a life prior to advanced help arriving. And that's a fantastic effort, and well done, Chris, to you and your area committee and to everybody else here on the West Coast that have been involved in that project.